I always wanted to say that. I herewith declare the second European River Summit as open. Thank you.
My name is Ulrich Eichelmann from RiverWatch. I'm coordinating the Save the Blue Heart of Europe campaign. The rivers are so much under attack, but there's still something to win, surprisingly in some ways. So that's actually driving me. And on the Balkans where we work, I think we established a lot of ideas and so-called tools that we became pretty successful in defending those rivers and protecting them. And I do see also the window for the dam lobby, for the hydro dam lobby, is closing in. And it depends on us as well, how much we do. And we have to think, how can we get bigger and better every day in even these pieces, and then connect these pieces to make a cake.
I work on lots of problems involved with dams. One of them is greenhouse gas emissions from dams, which is an important aspect that is just now beginning to be recognized. And also on the environmental and social impacts of these dams, which are tremendous in the Amazon. The current government doesn't listen much to scientists or environmentalists, but they listen very much to the agribusiness in Brazil. So if countries condition their imports of soy and beef and so forth on controlling environmental impacts, policies in Brazil would change instantly. Seeing the way these different movements and so forth are acting is very important. This in-person contact, I think, is very different from reading about things and hearing things remotely. So a conference like this is very important.
I've been working for years now with NGOs and doing advocacy. Right now I'm working on the Renewable Energy Directive, which would help not just rivers but also forests, but many other aspects of nature. So it's one all-encompassing legislation that will have, if done right, can really help the ecological crisis but also the climate crisis. Because there's really, really good legislation. Politicians maybe commit in public, but then, and even sometimes even on paper, but when it comes to financing it, they just don't do it. As NGOs, we need to bring the voice of the citizens from a different angle, in the sense that to illustrate that it's not just about making money, but it's also about how citizens also care about the environment.
At the moment in my organization, we are looking at the destruction of biodiversity and forests. In Uganda, where I come from, when you listen to the environmental reports year after year, environment is becoming worse and worse and worse. And once the forests are getting destroyed, the biodiversity is lost, then that means everything else, including rivers, gets destroyed. And especially now, as I find myself in this meeting, the European Rivers Summit, because we are talking about the river, we are talking about the ecosystem, and I found myself having something to contribute about what is taking place in Africa, not only in Uganda, but what is killing and choking our rivers are dams. I am very inspired, especially looking at the problem of how the rivers are suffering and the dams are killing the rivers, but to be seeing that there are people who it has sunk in the mind and that they are working and our colleagues are working and people have reached a point to agree that the dams should be removed from the rivers. When I saw some of the pictures and some of the people giving testimonies on how dams are being removed from the rivers and the rivers are able to flow again, that sent me, gave me a lot of inspiration and gives me a package of information to take back to encourage my work back in Uganda and Africa.